All right, Mama G here, coming to you from SoCal. Last week I was in NorCal and I was talking about the concept of if you didn't use exercise to control your weight, what would your exercise look like? And I'm going to tell you this, if you can't find joy in your exercise, it is something that you will do only when you feel like you need to, and not something that you do to be a healthy human, which is what I try to teach my clients. And so along with that whole concept of exercise and something that you do forever, the majority of days of your being, we have to talk about the food. Because every single potential client comes to me to lose weight. There is a rare client that's not coming to me to lose weight, and that's usually somebody who needs to gain weight because they might have osteopenia or osteoporosis and they've been inherently thin because they're really good restrictors their whole adult life, or they may want to gain muscle or have better performance abilities, and that usually involves gaining some muscle. But the majority, almost every person who comes to me for a consultation to see if I'm the right person to work with comes to me for weight loss. And I'm going to tell you that that should not ever be your primary goal in life, because the majority of people who come to me for weight loss, after we start working together and I make them take a good fat look under the hood, meaning that we're going to look at some basic blood work, lipid panel, blood in general, lots of different parameters, vitamin D, B12, some other parameters that are necessary to see if you're in good shape under the hood, because you can't really see it on the outside. And then we talk about some preventative screenings like colonoscopies and bone density tests and all of those things. What happens is they find out that, sure, they want to lose weight, but they should be more concerned with the fact that they are not well, that they have high cholesterol, that they have high blood pressure, that they are osteopenic, that they, have colorectal issues. It's scary out there, because for all of them who come to me for weight loss and we take the look under the hood as an integrative nutritionist, that means I integrate your whole life into your food game plan to help you live a long, healthy, independent, joyful life. Your food choices are literally shortening your lifespan and adding to your years of disability. Now, I don't know how that feels for you, but it feels terrible for me to have to say to my clients. And I know that you go to the doctor and your doctor says to you, yeah, your cholesterol's fine. Yeah, it's a little out of range, but it's fine. Or your doctor's like, well, yeah, your vitamin D's low, but you're fine. Or your doctor says, well, you have osteopenia, but go do some weight bearing exercise, you'll be fine. You're not going to be fine. Does anybody delve into your family history? Does anybody delve into actually what you're putting in your mouth? Does anybody delve into what your exercise program looks like, if anything? The fact is that most of you are really great dieters, and you have restricted yourself into a malnourished human being that is typically overweight or obese when we look on the scale, when we look on the BMI charts, which I don't care about. I care about what we see under the hood, and I care about how you feel, and I care about if you're able to do what you want to be doing in your lifetime, regardless of your age. And to many of you, well, I eat a healthy diet. What does that mean to you? Because I guarantee you it means completely something different to me. And what do you eat? And do you have any concept of what you're putting on your plate in terms of your calories, in terms of your protein, in terms of your amount of fat, and what is it, saturated or unsaturated, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then, oh, God forbid that you put any carbohydrates on that plate. Because aren't carbohydrates bad for you? Especially if you're trying to restrict calories and lose weight. So there's so much confusion out there, even within your medical professionals who I work with. As an integrative nutritionist, I work with your primary care, with your internist, with a potential cardiologist, a endocrinologist, a rheumatologist, a gastrointestinal doctor. I work with them because I believe in their role as a subspecialty physician in your life if you need them, just like I believe in physical therapy and personal trainers and fitness instructors and all of those things. There is a role for all of these people in your life if you need them. Some people are self-sufficient and you're fine. Some people don't need me. But what I know is, regardless of your age, if you are unhappy with your weight, that means that you care about the food you're ingesting more than the fact that you hate your weight. And I'm going to say that the food that you're ingesting that you love, or you think you love, or that you're addicted to, is what's causing your demise. And I'm telling you that the fact that, well, I don't have time to cook, I don't want to cook, I'm not interested in cooking or shopping or prepping or doing any of those things, is the reason that you will never successfully take the weight off for good and have the opportunity to increase your lifespan and live that joyful, healthy, independent life that I want for myself and for all of my clients. And so, this is 100% a opportunity for you to think about it. And that is why I am launching my free webinar series that starts on Tuesday. Yes, it's at a particular time. Tuesday is for the whole month of June at 6 p.m. Pacific time for an hour. I record everything. So if you can't be with me live, every week I will send you an email with that information so you can hear it at your leisure. Although it's much more fun to have you with me live, so we can have a little Q&A at the end. But the fact is that I'm going to give you information, I'm going to educate you, I'm going to give you tools in your tool belt that you don't have right now, whether you ever work with me in the future or not, to at least begin to contemplate why you might want to make a shift in your lifestyle approach, starting with your nutrition and starting with some exercise. Period. So all I want to do is inform you. Knowledge is power. Get your head out of out of the sand. And come join me. It's free. You got nothing to lose. If you hate session 1, never come back. Unfriend me on social media. You don't have to, it's a choice. But I am giving you an opportunity for the 5 weeks, because I'm giving a bonus seminar the last Tuesday of the month of June. But you have to register, and you have to go to my website at mamageeslifestyle.com, and you have to, we'll be sending you a newsletter, which you can opt out of. But you got to, in that newsletter, the very top is a link for you to register for the webinar series, which gives you a special entrance to the Zoom webinar series. And if you don't do that, you don't have the link, and then you can't be part of it. So that's what you got to do. If you feel like Mama G might have some information that can change the trajectory of your life, and I will tell you that I do. And I know it's scary, the thought of change, and you're not joining my Jumpstart group, which starts July 1st, although I expect many people to, by the time I'm done with you, to go, okay, she's right, it's time. And man, the food is ridiculous in the Mama G lifestyle, and there's no deprivation or restriction of major food groups, and you get to eat all day long, and your life will change dramatically in a positive way, no negatives. I get up at a day every day with the goal of doing no harm. And most days I make it through. Otherwise I could start a new day, the next day anew, afresh. But the point being is, there are so many people influence you and have influenced you in lifestyle situations and how you were raised and how food was used to comfort you or punish you or whatever that looked like throughout your life, is that we have a really horrific situation now where more than 70% of the U.S. population is sitting in the overweight or obese category. Now, that doesn't mean that you're unhealthy for everybody, but it means that most of us in that 70% range of people are unhealthy, and they will have less years of living, and they will have more years of disability. And I, for one, know I was put on this earth to change those numbers. So I hope you think about joining me. Friends and family are welcome as well. Don't forget www.mamageeslifestyle.com. click on the pop-up that shows up in the center of the screen, and I hope to see you starting on